This episode is going to be about allowing things to be organic. I'm going to call it organics. An organic movement, or the difference between an organic thing versus a processed thing or modified situation, is organic means the bare minimum is there, no additives are added to it, and it's just allowed to grow where it grows. A lot of times, take foods for example, when we have genetically modified foods or foods treated with pesticides, they're designed to say, hey, we're gonna grow an apple this size, this big, that weighs this much, and it's gonna be all calculated, and from this amount of trees we're gonna get this amount of apples, and then it's then brought into a process. But in an organic process, you do not know the shape of the vegetable or the fruit. You are just literally planting it, watering it, creating the ideal environments. You can put in good soil in these things, but the bottom line is you allow it to grow naturally. If it yields less, and that's what the natural occurrence was without adding extra stimulants, then that's what happens. Now, how does this apply to life? Organic growth is, I think, the only form of sustainable growth. I did a series before of 30 with a group of 3 people, myself and 2 others. Shout out to Oni and Ayano. But organically, we weren't able to maintain things. We had 1 vlog a day week. The production of it, we were thinking too much. It was great and it served its purpose. But when I did it again this time, the organic growth into this round of the Why Not Show Love vlogs was based on minimizing the technical side of it, was being more raw, authentic, and open, and simplifying it. And that was a form of organic growth. In our podcast series, we just brought in our first level of guests. Now, we always knew we were going to get guests, and we had reached out and put things out there, but organically, we were able to reach that through, I think, showing up and being consistent, but also allowing the process to guide us and allowing things to take their natural course versus forcing them. You know, the way I think of this is very simple. You could think of a child that has those toy blocks, right? One is like the shape of a star, one is the shape of a circle, one is the shape of a square, one is the shape of a triangle, right? And you know, the child always tries it. You might try to shove that square through that circle, and no matter how much you bang it in, it's not gonna fit in with ease. When there's growth that's non-organic, what that seems to me is forcing things. Now, there's a fine line between being disciplined about something and forcing yourself. So discipline would mean like, okay, I'm waking up, I'm exercising, I'm doing what I need to do, and I'm showing up to do that. Let the truck pass. And how I'm looking at it is very simple. That if you force something to happen, you can't, you know, you're not allowing it to be. Because if I have to force something, once again, like the child, if I have to force the circle into the square shape, that's going to mean that I have to exert energy to make it go in. Whereas when you put the circle in the circle shape, when you put the circle in the circle shape, you allow it to flow effortlessly. And I think everything has a natural flow to it, whether it's your day, your mind, and I think a lot of our troubles come from resisting that natural flow and resisting that organic process and trying to force what we expect into what is. So, I want to present this to you guys. What are some things you do organically? What are things that you do naturally that allow you to really feel that things are taking a natural path and not forced? Because a lot of times the forced way has been put onto us by capitalistic structure, because they want us to force into these jobs, show up 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and then you have to do that. You have to force your vacations into Saturday and Sundays and holidays so that they can steer you into certain things, because there's certain schedules that are created. But the thing that I learned is when you allow things to happen organically, you are following the path of least resistance, and you are moving in harmony, in accordance with what's going on, instead of moving against it. So keep your life organic. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know what are some things you want to do organically or that you have been doing organically. This vlog process is an organic process. I thank y'all for taking the journey with y'all, with us. So right here, we out of here.